In this example, I wanted to set the tonal quality of both the images to equal levels, and let me do that. So I'm going to grab this image and drag its adjustment layer on this image. And you see I have matched that. Now don't worry about what I'm doing to match the tonal quality, that you're going to learn in a short while, but this was an example of why do we need to explore multiple images together in Photoshop. But I'm going to give you a better example than this, and I'm going to show you some interesting techniques to navigate on multiple images in Photoshop CC. So let me close these images now, Control W to close, and say no to the changes. I have these two images open in Photoshop. One is the stock image of a beautiful portrait of a woman, and one is the painting I have created with the help of that portrait, or I literally copied it with my Wacom bamboo tablet. And to do that, it is very important to see both of them in same size on the window. So I'll go to window and say arrange, and I'll say to a vertical, and now I see them together so that I can take the reference from one window and paint in the other window. Now one mistake I've done here, I need my painting or my project file on the right hand side. So I simply will drag it here and again go to Windows, say arrange and to a vertical, and this is better, much better, because I am right-handed person and I want my reference on the right hand, left hand, and the project file on the right hand. Now of course we are not learning to paint in Photoshop in this particular lesson, but let me give you an idea, and this is nothing to do with Photoshop or computer painting, but this is people are practicing that for ages. When they copy some image and create a painting or sketch out of that, they create the grids. So I'm just going to show you an example over here. Here I have created the mesh or the grid for both the images for the reference and for project file, and this is how the portrait artist or the artist who create large size enlargement by painting from the reference images create these kind of blocks or grids or the mesh, and they match the project block by block. That the same thing happens in Photoshop, although Photoshop can give you the grids like control and double inverted comma over here can give you grids, and this grids can be managed for the size and the distance, everything, but I'm not going to do that right now. I've created my own grid or mesh, and to create this painting you need to match the painting block by block, or take this consider this mesh as the guideline. Now when I work in Photoshop, let me zoom in on the eye of the reference image. So in order to copy this eye on my project canvas, I'll have to zoom to the same level. Otherwise, I'll not be able to create this portrait or paint this portrait. And in this case, I have to zoom. If I have clicked 5 times on this eye, I'll have to click 5 times on this eye as well with the zoom tool. But in this kind of, as I zoom, you see that I'm not a very good portrait artist, at least not of the realistic genre, and you see these are very bad quality strokes over here. But I attempted in excitement of getting my bamboo tablet. But in order to create the same kind of portrait, you must match the zoom levels all the time. And if I manually try to do that, I'll have to do that hundreds of times, zooming and panning in. So if I have to go to another eye, I take my hand tool, and if I pan, I have to pan here also. And you see these are two different sizes, and it will be very difficult to do this unless and until you are a seasoned artist or sketch artist. but uh, but it is very important to match this, and not just for portrait painting but so many other things. To do that, go to the zoom tool, and on the option bar click on the zoom all windows. And first let me fit the screen. Click on this image and say fit to screen, and now we are with the same size both the windows. And now since I said zoom all windows, the option is checked on. You can now click on one image and the other image will zoom with the same level. That was navigating multiple images in Photoshop. So this was one of the things. Next, you can go to the hand tool, select the hand tool and say scroll all windows. Let's select this option. And now if I scroll one image, you see the other image is also getting scrolled. And now to draw these eyebrows with my brush tool, I'm not at all comfortable in this direction of stroke. Nobody is, I don't think anybody is comfortable to draw these strokes in this manner, and therefore we have the rotate view facility over here. So keep your mouse clicked on the hand tool and you get the rotate view tool. You can also hit R on the keyboard, which we already have seen. And now if you rotate, but as you see my reference image is not getting rotated. Let me zoom out a bit, holding Alt on the keyboard, zoom out, and go to the rotate view, reset rotate, click on this image, reset. So to rotate both of these images together, you can say rotate all windows. And now if I rotate this, my reference image also rotates with the same angle. And now I can zoom in, of course, take the zoom tool, zoom in, and spacebar and pan. And that was all about navigating with multiple images in Photoshop. And now I can, let me click on this image and say Control and Z to undo all of that. And then I can take my brush tool, and now it is, let me rotate some more, and now this is a comfortable angle for me. Now if this happens where my image is missing the view match, you can go to window, arrange, and say match all. Although you can say match zoom, match location, match rotation, but you can also say match all and it will match. So that was navigating with multiple images in Adobe Photoshop CC. Hope you liked that.